Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what to expect during your flight attendant training. What are you getting yourself into? I made a video previously on how to prepare for your interview. Hopefully you've passed through this at this point and you're getting on to training. Or maybe just being a flight attendant has always interested you. Maybe you're just watching me because of how charismatic I am. Regardless, I'm here to help you out. So as always, let me start out with telling you that I'm coming at you today from my hotel in Portland, Oregon. So first thing I want to talk about is you want to dress the part. As like an interview, you have to dress the part for the entire portion of your training, and depending on which airline you're being hired with, your training can be anywhere from 4 weeks all the way up to about 8 weeks. Each airline has a different amount of training depending on how sorry, this is the first time I've talked today. Each airline has a different amount of training depending on how many aircraft types you have to learn, and every aircraft is different to evacuate and do all these other things. So training can be 4 to 8 weeks long, and it is an interview the whole time. There are thousands and thousands of applicants that are applying for your position, so they can get rid of you at any time and replace you. Not to say like you're replaceable or anything like that, but at this point you kind of are. So you have to literally act, dress the part, do whatever you can to make yourself look better. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually time management. And what this means is when I went through training, I can definitely tell that they purposefully structure your training classes to be a little bit like real life, because once you pass through training, you don't have a supervisor breathing down your neck. You are kind of out there on your own. When I'm out and about, I actually feel a little bit more like an independent contractor than I do an actual employee of the airline, because I'm just kind of on my own and nobody bothers me as long as I'm doing my job. So you kind of just are on your own. So what that means is you have to have great time management and be dependable. So in training, they may tell you, oh, the bus leaves to training tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. The next morning it might be at 8:45 a.m. It's always going to be changing. They're going to make your break 20 minutes. Your next break is going to be 23 minutes. You got to pay attention. For example, today I have to be down in the hotel lobby at 11 a.m. Yesterday I was in Buffalo, New York, and I had to be in the hotel lobby at 6 p.m. It's just constantly changing, and you have to stay on your toes because they are going to put you to the test as far as time management goes. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what you need to memorize to prepare for your training. And your airline will send you some sort of packet, probably through email, of different city codes you have to remember, different announcements you have to remember. Now, if you have a friend that works for the airline, this is my recommendation. Don't ask them for the announcements, because right now during COVID times, announcements are changing every single week. You don't want to memorize the wrong set of announcements. This week we're talking about masks and this and that. Next week, who knows what we're going to be talking about. So don't memorize your announcements or anything like that. Early, wait for the airline to send your packet to you. This is very important. You don't want to be in training rambling off last year's announcements. You're going to look ridiculous. Now, one thing that you can get an early head start on, that's a little redundant, but would be something easy like city codes. You want to memorize every single airport, because that will definitely be tested, and you can just memorize those now. These are like Phoenix would be PHX. Spokane, Washington, GEG, things like that. Not every city is as easy as Phoenix, PHX. You just look at it and you would already know what it is before you even learned what it is. So come up with little games. For example, the ones that don't make any sense to you. One that I can think of off the top of my head would be SDF. That would be Louisville, Kentucky. SDF doesn't mean anything to me at all, except for, I think, Louisville, horse racing, Kentucky Derby. How fast do those horses run? So damn fast. SDF. That's kind of a Michael Scott way to circle around to it, but it kind of makes it fun, and I will never forget it because of that. So the next thing I want to talk about is putting your phone away. This is huge. There is a huge amount of security and safety things that the general public is not supposed to know and that I can't talk about on here. And there's a lot of amazing, cool things that you've never seen before that you're gonna see, and you're gonna want to like take your phone out, take pictures. You're gonna be jumping down evacuation slides, pretending like there's fires. You're gonna be doing all this cool stuff with cool props, and you just can't take your phone out during most of this safety and security stuff, because that's an instant, you're gone. You're never gonna be seen again. We call them the body snatchers are going to come and get you because you just violated the social media policy. Even if you're not posting on social media, they don't want you having anything on your phone at all. So this is huge. And one thing to show how serious they are about some of this safety and security stuff is if you are in one of those sections and you guys are just in classroom stuff and you're talking about all this security stuff, and somebody has to go to the bathroom. In other cases, that you just let them go to the bathroom. In this case, if you're in the middle of one of these security things, the whole classroom has to go to the bathroom all at the same time, and then they all come back. So it's crazy. It's good, obviously, that they take safety and security so seriously. Now, the next bullet point that I want to talk about is, I just said, just go with it. And what I mean by this is, every airline has different ways of doing things, and there's a good chance that you maybe have prior airline experience. What you don't want to do is be that person in class that, as your instructors are instructing you, you raise your hand and go, well, at my other airline, we did it like this, so can't we do it like this? You just go with it. If something absolutely doesn't make sense to you at all, sure, during a break, go up to your instructor one-on-one and be like, hey, so I just have a question about this, and explain how you feel, but you just don't want to be that person that keeps on raising their hand and being like, well, we did it like this. Like I said in a prior video, they don't care about your prior experience, so just go with it, please. And my very last bullet point, I just said have fun. You're going to be in class for 4 to 8 weeks with 50 to 200 other classmates. You're going to get to know people and try to get to know everybody. Depending on your class size, can be impossible, but you're going to meet people from all over the country, maybe even all over the world. And it's an amazing industry because you make friends that you never would have thought you would make. Right now, I'm 27, fairly young, white, straight guy. I have friends that are white, black, gay, straight, 80, 20. I mean, you make friends in this industry that you never would have thought you would be friends with, if that makes sense. So have fun. You're gonna most of your classmates are from all over the country, like I said, so you're gonna have these overnights. I don't have any friends in particular in where I'm at right now, but sometimes, say I go to, I don't really have that many friends, so I'm a bad example of this, but make friends. You can go hang out on your overnights and just have a blast with this. So I wanted to make this quick video on what to expect, what to do, what not to do, a little bit with your training. I don't want to get into too much detail because, like I said, they're super strict with the social media policies, and I don't want to say anything that can get me in trouble. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe. I want to make more videos like this, or like really anything. I just want to make more videos. So I will see you next time.